Today we are going to see how we can implement MySQL with Node.js. We will create some CRUD APIs using Node.js with MySQL, and we will check all the APIs with Postman software, okay? And we will create React.js application, and we will implement all the APIs which is created using Node.js and MySQL. So let's start, okay? So this is the empty project, node project. This is the empty folder. Inside this folder we will create our Node.js and MySQL project first, and then we will create the React.js project, okay? So firstly I am going to show you, this is the Postman software. Here we will test all the APIs which we will create, okay? And this is the localhost, php myadmin localhost. You will have to download jam software into your system, and you will have to start Apache and MySQL here, okay? So after that you will have to navigate to localhost php myadmin. So you will get this type of interface. Here I am going to create my database, okay? So you can assign any name, okay? But I am going to assign a Rose Kharido, that is the database name. I am going to assign this name. You can assign according to your need, okay? And here I am going to create one table. So I am creating one table, that is the name of blocks, and I am assigning the columns, that will be the 4, and just press on go, okay? And here you need to assign all the columns which you need, okay? So I'm going to assign one column, that will be the blog id, blog title, and blog description. So this will be the type of integer, and here you can assign the length of this column, okay? And here you need to define the type. So I am going to use text here. So we don't need to assign any length here because we are using text, okay? Here also I am using text in the blog description, so I'm not going to define any length here. And in the default section you will have to pass as null, okay? And in the blog id I'm going to set as auto increment, okay? When we will add any new data, then it will be automatically increased, okay? So now it is done, and now I'm going to click on save button. So it will create one table, okay, inside a Rose Kharido database. This is the database and this is the table, okay? So with this table we will execute all the operations from Node.js and MySQL with uh, our project, okay, which we will create by Node.js, okay? So this is the basic table. So here firstly I am going to create two folders. So I have created two folder, one is backend and one is frontend. In the backend we will put all the Node.js codes, and in the frontend we will work with the React.js, okay? With the help of this we will populate all the APIs, and we will play all the APIs which we will create by backend, okay? So firstly I am going inside backend. So just write backend here, just navigate to backend, okay? So you can see now I am in backend folder, okay, inside this folder. So here I am going to create our Node.js project. So to create Node.js project we will have to write npm init, okay, and just pass the package name. Okay, so I am going to skip this. Okay, just press enter, 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 and then you can see it is created. So you will get one package.json file here. Okay, so now I am going to install some dependencies. Okay, so just write npm install. You can also write, but I am using I to install, and I am going to install express dependency, and another one is course dependency, body. We will see further. Okay, what they all are. So express, course, body parser, and we can also use mysql2. Okay, and also we will use nodemon. Okay, so it will restart our server again and again, so we don't need to restart our server again and again manually. Okay, it will automatically restart our server. And mysql, it provide all the features to execute all the operations like create, read, update, delete with the help with mysql database. Okay, and with the help of body parser we can post, and we will get the post and get methods. Okay, and with the help of course we can achieve the we can remove the allow origin error. Okay, and this is the express. Okay, so just write d means development and just press enter, so it will install all the dependencies here. Okay, so now it is installing. Okay, it will take some time. Okay, so you can see all the packages installed successfully. Now I'm going inside package.json. So you can see here body parser, course, express, mysql2, nodemon dependency added into our package.json file. Okay, and now I'm going to create one file inside this backend folder. So just index.js. Okay, this will be the landing page. Okay, and now here after this start I am going to write comma, and then we will use start, and then here we are going to use nodemon. Okay, and then we will use this class index.js. So here we will use index.js. Okay, so it will start index.js automatically when we will save the code. Okay, and just save this and close this here. Okay, now inside index.js I am going to write some codes. Console.log, and here just write npm start. Okay, so you can see hello is printing here because this class is calling. Okay, because we have defined here in the inside start nodemon index.js. Okay, so now I'm going to work with the express. Okay, so here we will use, and now import here express. And one more dependency I forgot to add, so I'm going to add that dependency. That will be the .env file. Okay, so just write npm I .env. Okay, so with the help of this we can secure our credentials. Okay, So just go inside backend and then create one file and then write .env. Okay, so you will get this type of file. Okay, now I'm going to write here my port number, which we will use secretly. Okay, so you can write any port number here. I'm using 7000 port. You can define any port here. Okay, and then here we will use const port equals to. So if you want to access this env file variable, then you need to use process.env dot write the name of variable. Okay, if we will not get this port number, then it will call this port number. Okay, when we will deploy this project, then it will work, and by default it will work. Okay, 7000 will work now. So here I'm going to use require, and then we will use .env. Okay, so define our .env here also, and after this we will listen this port. Okay, so we will use app dot listen, and then here we need to pass the port number. So this port number will be here, and then I'm going to print anything. Okay, if this port will be, then we are going to listen something here. So I can write anything here. Port is running on. So now I'm going to check either whether it is working or not. Okay, so just clear this all and run our server. So write npm start here. So you can see port is running on 7000. Okay, so this is working fine. And now what we can do, so we will use MVC pattern here. Okay, uh, so inside backend I'm going to create one folder that will be the controller, and one more folder we will create inside backend folder, so that will be the routers. Okay, but this I'm not going to create model, so I'm not going to create model folder in the MVC. We know that there is one model, one is controller, and okay, and one is view, but I'm not going to using this MVC pattern. Okay, so just simply create controller folder here, and then create one router folder here. We will put all the controllers inside this controller, and we will put all the routers inside this router folder. Okay, so inside this controller I'm going to create one controller. So we have created block table. Okay, so we are going to work with blocks. So I'm going to create one controller, that is the block controller. You can define any name. Okay, so block controller I am using, and just creating one method here, like firstly I'll add block. Okay, so and this will be the type of async. Okay, and here we need to pass the request and response. With the help of this request we will get all the request which we are getting from the server or API. Okay, and with the help of this response we will print all the responses uh, that it is 400 and all. Okay, so add block we have created here, and now I'm going to console anything here, add block. Okay, so this is the controller, and now I'm going to export this. Okay, So just write module dot exports, and we will export multiple methods from here. So I am using this type of curly braces. Okay, if you want to access this method, then you will have to export. So I'm exporting this method. Okay, so next we will have to create the router. Okay, so I'm going to create one router, and this is the router. And here we need to firstly we will have to import our express. Okay, so I'm going to import express. So I'm going to define the name of express like block underscore router. Okay, and then we will use require, and then here we are going to use express. Okay, now just use express here. Okay, and then here we will use blog router, and then we will use express here. Okay, and here we will use body parser. Okay, so just import body parser. Okay, and inside this blog router we will use blog router dot use, and then we will use parser dot json. Okay, and for similarly we will use, and then here we can use body parser dot url encoded, and inside this we will have to use extended, and this will be the type of true. Okay, if you will not add this, then uh, you cannot post any data. Okay, over MySQL database. Okay, so you will have to define this. It will pass the JSON and it will encode it. Okay, so for our next step is to import this block controller here. Okay, just import this. So we know that to import we will have to write controller, and then we can access this controller. Okay, and we are exporting this all methods here. Okay, so now we can access with the help of this block controller, and here we will write routes. Okay, so we will use blog router dot get. Okay, no, we will use post, because we are going to post some data with the help of add block, and we are going to save the data into the MySQL database. So here we will use post, and then you can pass here last URL. So I'm going to pass the last URL like add blocks. Okay, and here in the second parameter we will have to pass this block controller, and just call that method which is written inside this block controller. Okay, so this is the route, and now I am going to export this, because we will use another place also. We will use this class in the index.js file also. So I'm going to export this. So here just pass module.exports. Okay, and then we will use blog router here. Okay, so our router class is also completed, and now I'm going to index.js file here, and here we will use routers. Okay, just call this router from here. Okay, and we will use with this express. Now I am going to use blog router and just call this blog router. So here go inside router and then you will get this blog router. Okay, and then we will use this app means express. Okay, app dot use, and then we will have to pass the URL. Okay, so I'm going to pass API. Okay, we will have to pass API, then we can access all the last URL. Okay, firstly we will apply API, then after this we will have to apply add block. Okay, I'll show you. Okay, so first parameter will be like this, and then just write comma here, and then the second parameter will be the block route. Okay, which is defined inside block route class. Okay, these all routes, and here we need to import one more thing, that is the course. Okay, so it will bypass the error of allow cross origin issue. Okay, so here we will have to define our course. So just copy this course here, and we will use app dot use, and then we will use course here. And now I am going to check uh, this is working or not. Okay, so firstly I am going to check this is the port number. Okay, so just write localhost here, just write localhost, and then here we need to write 7000, and then we need to write API. Okay, because we are using API here. Okay, after 7000 means port number, will have to pass API. Okay, this API, and then put slash, and then you will get this URL. Okay, you can see firstly we need to pass this API, and then uh, in the last we'll have to pass the last URL, that is the add block. Okay, so here we will use add block. Okay, and now I'm going to submit this. So you can see this is the get method, and I have submitted, and it is throwing error because this is not a get method. This is the post method. Okay, so I'm going to change it with post and just send this. So you can see loading is showing here, and in the console you can see add block message is there. So we are here, means we can access this method now. Okay, just cancel this and send again, then you will get this add block message again. Okay, so now I am going to execute the MySQL operations here to insert the records inside this database. Okay, inside rows kharido, and we will put all the data like block title, block description here. Okay, so now I am going to close this all. Okay, and just go inside backend folder and create one more folder, that will be the DB. You can assign any name. Okay, and I am going to write one class name index.js inside DB. Okay, and here we are going to use MySQL. Okay, and just import MySQL2 that we have already imported. Okay, and here we will use MySQL dot create pull. You can see one option is there, and here we will have to use. Okay, but before this I'm going to add some credentials here. Okay, so here this is the comment. Okay, you can write or not. Okay, so we will use a db host. Okay, and db host will be the local host, and db underscore username. So this is the username of the mysql. Okay, so my username is root. Okay, and here we need to define password of the mysql. Okay, jam server which you have already installed in your system. So I am not assigning any password here because there is no password. Okay, so and here we will use the database name, database. So our database is Rose Kharido, which we have created into our local host. Okay, so I am using this name. So just write this here, db host. You can assign your ip address also, dp username. So this is the root of the jam server, and db password, db database. So we will assign this all inside here, which is available in db folder. Okay, so firstly we'll have to define our host. Okay, so just write host, and then we will use process.env dot, what is the name of this host, db underscore host. So just write db underscore host. Similarly we will use username. So username, this will be the user. Okay, and for the password just copy this and paste here. So this will be the password, and last one will be the database. Okay, so here I'm going to pass this database and just use database. Okay, so you can see we have defined all the variables like host, user, password, and database. Okay, and now I am going to export this pool. So just write module.exports here, and then we will have to export this pool.promise. Okay, so with the help of this pool we will execute all the operations. Okay, now I am going to close this all and just collapse this tv, and then I am going inside block controller, and inside this, inside this we will get all the parameters like we will pass all the parameters like block title and block description. So I'm going to write here. So here we will use blog underscore title and then blog underscore description. Okay, and then we will use here, we will get these two variables from request. Okay, so request dot body. Okay, so with the help of this we will get block title and block description. We are destructuring this request body. Okay, because we are getting all the block title and description from here. Okay, so now I am going to write the query, and then here we need to, firstly we need to import that class where we have defined our pool. Okay, so here we will use const pool, and this pool is available inside this db folder, and inside this db folder you will get this index. Okay, here we have defined our pool, and with the help of this pool we will execute the query like pool dot query. Okay, and inside this we will have to write our query. So I'm going to write insert into, and here we need to define the uh, table name. So our table name is blocks, so just copy this and paste here. Okay, and then here we need to pass all the column name. Okay, so the column name is block title and block description, where we want to insert the data. Okay, and we are getting the title and descriptions from the request. Okay, so here we will define blog underscore title, blog underscore description. Okay, and then values, inside values we will have to pass question mark and question mark. Okay, and here inside this bracket we will have to pass this block title and block description. So it will, so this block title will refer to this question mark, first question mark, and this will refers to second. Okay, so just pass this block title here, and then block description will be the second parameter. Okay, and then after this, so firstly I'm going to select this and cut this. Okay, and just write try catch. Inside this try and catch I'm going to paste this. Okay, and here we will use response dot status, and the status will be 200, and then here we can write send, and inside this we will use success true, and then we can use message blog added successfully. Okay, and then here we can use data, and inside data we can print this row also. Okay, you can print any data here, but I am printing only a row. Okay, and inside cache we will have to pass 400 status, and then the status successfully a false, and blog addition, here we can pass directly this message. Okay, error dot message. Okay, and in the data we are not going to pass anything. Here I am not going to pass also. Okay, and now I am going to Postman, and we need to pass this blog title and blog description. Okay, in the request. So just go here, and then in the body just go inside raw and just change with JSON application JSON. Okay, and write the data blog underscore title. First parameter is blog title and blog description. Okay, so blog title will be the, you can write anything here. Okay, now I am going to send this, so you will get this response here. Okay, and you can see there is no any data. Now I am going to send this over this add blog, so you can see I'm getting success false. Why? Block controller 10. just put await here. Okay, so it will not throw any error. Okay, now I'm going to post it again. So you can see message is appearing, blog added successfully, and then we are getting title and description. Sorry, we are passing blog title and description here, and we are getting message success to and message blog added successfully. And now I'm going to check this. You can see one data added here, okay, like title and description. And now I'm going to post another data like one. Okay, so you can pass any data. Okay, now I'm going to send this. So you can see again we are getting this message, and just refresh this, and then you will get this another data. Okay, and now I'm going to send this. So you can see here this is the another data. Okay, so our ad blog is working fine. Now I'm going to work on now I'm going to fetch all the records and show all the records. Okay, so here I'm going to create one more method here. So just copy and paste this, and here we are going to use all blog, and inside this I'm not going to take any type of parameters from request. So I'm going to remove this, and then here I'm going to pass another query, select strings from, and just pass the table name. Okay, so the table name is blogs. Here you can also see the table name is blogs. And now I'm going to change this message all blocks, and inside the data we are going to pass this row. Okay, so in this row we will get all the records which is available in the database. Okay, now I'm going to uh, copy this and just paste below this add blog. Okay, and now I'm going to open this blog router class and just create one route, and this will be the type of get. Okay, and here we need to pass the last URL. Okay, so I'm going to use this as a last URL. Okay, and we can use that all blog. Okay, which we have created here method. Okay, so when the user will hit this URL, then they will get all the data with this method. Okay, so here our router is also completed, and now I'm going to check this. Okay, so just copy this end URL and then go here and paste here. Okay, and then change with this get method, and now send this. So you will get all the blocks. You can see here, so we have 3 records now here, and we are getting 3 records here also. So this is the way to fetch all the records. So you can see inside data we are getting all the data, and message we are getting all blocks, and success true. Okay, so with this way we are getting all blocks. Now I'm going to show you how we can get single block. Okay, so here I'm going to change the name to single block. Okay, and here we will get the data from parameter. Okay, we will pass the here we will pass some ID, and then with the help of this ID we will get the particular block. Okay, so this way we are getting. Okay, now I'm going to pass here blog ID. Okay, so you can see here in the PHP my admin we have a blog ID. With the help of this blog ID we will get all the title and descriptions of the particular ID. Okay, So we will get this with the help of request dot params. Okay, not with body, because we will get from the URL. Okay, so here we will use blog id, and then here change the query like where blog underscore id is equals to write question mark here, and then separate with comma, and then here we need to pass this blog id which we are getting from the URL. Okay, blog id. So with the help of this we will get the particular blog, and here we will use blog details. Okay, now I'm going to create the route, so just export this method also and go inside blog route, and here I'm going to copy this and paste this, and then here after this all blog just write comma, and then here we will use blog id. So with we will pass this blog id, and we will get that blog id here. Okay, with parameters, and we will check this blog id either it is available. If it is available, then we will get the blog. Okay, and here we need to pass the method. So the method name is single blog. You can see our method name is single blog. Okay, when we will pass this all blog and then id, then we will get the single blog. Okay, and if you are not passing any blog id, then we will get the all blocks. Okay, so now I am going to check this. So you can see there are lots of blocks, and the id is 567. Now I'm going to uh, get 6. Okay, so just pass 6 and just send this, so you will get this 6 block. Okay, and then now I'm going to pass 7, then you can see 7 block id. Okay, and we are getting the title and description of the 7 block id. Okay, now I'm going to pass any another like 5 and just send this, then you will get this all blocks related to 5 id. Okay, so with the help of this you will get all the blocks. Okay, and if you will really erase that id, then you will get all the blocks. Okay, so we have successfully done this type of steps like all blocks, add blocks, single block, and now I'm going to show you how you can update any block. Okay, so just copy this add block and paste here, and just change the name of the block. Okay, method name. Okay, so here update block, and then we will pass block title, block description, and one more thing we will pass like block underscore id. So with the help of block id we will update title and description. Okay, and here we are going to I'm going to change the query. Okay, so we will use update and just pass the table name, and then we will use block set. And if you want to update this block title only, then only you can pass block title, but I'm going to update both block title and description, so I'm going to pass both. Okay, so here we are going to block title equals to just pass question mark, and this question mark refers to this block title. Okay, and then we will use block underscore description, and then here we will use question mark, and this question mark will refers to this block description, and here we will set the condition that where we want to update. So here we will have to pass the blog id, and this will be the question mark, and here this question mark will refers to this blog id which is coming from here from the request body. Okay, and just change the message here. Okay, so we have successfully created our updated blog method. So just pass here means export here. Okay, and then just open this blog router, and then just copy this and paste this, and then here we have the function, okay, update block. So I'm going to use this same name at the end of the URL, update block, and then we are going to select that method name. Okay, when we will pass this, then we can push this method. Okay, and in the post we are sending title, description, and blog ID. With the help of blog ID, we will update title and description. Okay, so now I'm going to check this. So here we need to pass, sorry, I'm going to use this URL. Okay, and just change this to update blog. Okay, and in the body, okay, here I am going to use update blog. Okay, so use this URL. Okay, and just pass this updated blog at the end of the URL, and here what we are passing, blog title, blog description, and another one is blog ID. Okay, so here we need to pass blog ID also. So we have the blog ID 567. Okay, so I'm going to update this 6. Okay, you can update anyone, and now I'm going to update 6, and here like in the title I have used Amir, and then in description I have used Rahi, and in blog ID uh, I have used 6. So with the where the ID is 6, it will update title and description. Okay, according to the ID. So I'm going to send this. You can see now it is 1 and 1 2. Now I'm going to send this. So you can see here message is blog updated successfully and the success is true. And now I'm going to refresh this. So you can see the title is changed and blog description is also changed. Okay, and now I'm going to change this 7. Now it is 3. Okay, the ID is 7, and now here just send this and just refresh this. So you can see it is also updated. So our update query is also working fine. Okay, so similarly I'm going to create one more method for delete blog. Okay, so here so just copy this method and paste here, and then here I'm going to use delete blog. Okay, and we will get the ID from the parameter. Okay, with the help of that ID we will delete the particular block. Okay, so just remove this and write delete from table name where blog ID is equal to this blog ID which is coming from the parameter. Okay, and here we will write blog deleted successfully. Okay, and now I'm going to save this and just copy this and export this also. Now I'm going to work on blog router class and just copy this. Okay, and what is the name of this method? Delete blog. Okay, so just copy this and paste this and here we will pass the blog ID. So we are deleting the particular blog with the help of blog ID. Okay, so just pass this blog ID in the URL, and with the help of this blog ID we will delete the particular blog. And now I am going to use delete blog method. Okay, which we have recently created. Okay, this blog. Now I'm going to check this it is working or not. So here so I'm using this URL. After API I'm using delete blog, and after this I have to pass the id which we want to delete. So I am going to delete any particular block. So now I am going to delete this 7. Okay, so just write 7 and then press send. Then you can see block deleted successfully message is here and success true. Okay, and now I'm going to refresh this, so you can see 7 id is deleted here. Okay, you can remove this also. And now I'm going to remove another data. Okay, like I'm going to remove this 5. So you can see here I'm going to change this. I have removed this from the query. Okay, so it will not show. Okay, now I'm going to delete this, so you can see block deleted successfully, and you can refresh this and then 5 is deleted from here. Okay, only one record is there now. What is the name of all blocks? Okay, all block it is. Okay, so you can see one record is only there. Okay, now so our node.js project is completed. Okay, so here our API is ready, and now I'm going to work on React.js project. Okay, firstly I'm going to create more data. Like I'm adding some data. Okay, to show over the UI. Okay, so I have added some data into our database. Okay, now I'm going to close this because we have because our all APIs are ready, and now I'm going to create one React type. Okay, so inside this backend we have worked, and now I'm going to work inside front end. Okay, and now just stop this server. Okay, and you can see this is backend. Okay, so I'm going to previous directory, so you can see we are in React test folder. Okay, and now I'm going to navigate to front end folder. Okay, so write cd front end, so you can see now we are in front end folder, and just clear this, and here we will use create npx create react app to create React project. Okay, and just pass the name of the project. So I'm going to pass my blog app. Okay, and just press enter. Okay, it will take some time to create the project, but before this I'm going to run this server on terminal. Okay, on separate terminal. I'm not going to use this here. Okay, so I'm going to open this node.js project. So here you can see inside React test we have backend folder. Okay, now we are in backend folder. Okay, so here just write cmd, and then here we need to pass npm start. Okay, so now our server is also running. So you can see here our our server is also running. Okay, you can see our Node.js server is also running here and we are getting all the data. Okay, so you can see our React project is also ready. Now you can see here inside frontend folder we have the my blog app. Okay, I think I have done some mistake. Okay, so just clear this from terminal, and now I'm going to navigate to my blog app. Okay, I have created my blog app inside frontend folder actually. So we will have to pass this cd and then write your project name which you have created, and then so now I am inside this my blog app. Okay, this folder, in this folder. Okay, now I'm going to clear this and then just pass npm start to start our React.js project. Okay, just hit enter and then your project will be open on Chrome. So you can see it is running on 3000 port. So you can see our React.js project is ready, and this is the dummy data. And now I'm going inside src and just go inside app.js. So this is the code which is showing here, okay. Now I'm going to remove all and create another fat arrow function and then refresh this, and then you can see now it is app because we have one app here. Okay, inside the div. Now I'm going to decorate this page first. So in the page, firstly what we are going to do, firstly I'll add one button here to hide and show the form, and after that one form will appear here, and after that form we will display all the blocks. Okay, so firstly I'm going to create one button here. So here I'm going to create one div, and then here we will use no need to create div. Okay, just take one h1 tag and then refresh this. So here I am going to use style. You can define it, you can design according to your need. Okay, so here I am going to define blue color and the text color will be the white, and then so now you can see we have the background and text color is white. now I'm going to specify the width of this, and border radius will be the 8, and then width will be the 200, and text align center. Okay, so you can see it is looking like a button. Okay, when we will press this, then we will hide one form which we will create. Okay, firstly I am going to show you uh, to create to create a form. Okay, so just take one div here, just cut this, and then here we will use this. Just take one more div here, and then inside this we will decorate our form. Okay, okay. So I'm going to create two field text field, one for the blog title and one for the blog description. We will post this two data from here. Okay, so and one more we need to create, that is submit button. Okay, so I am going to create one button, and the button, then you can see one submit button is also there. Now I'm going to apply some more spaces. Now it's okay. Okay, style, and then background color will be, now I am going to define the width of this form. Okay, so here, so this is our form. Okay, when we will click this button, then we will hide and show this form. Okay, so now I'm going to apply the condition to hide and show this form. Okay, so just create one hook here, toggle form. Okay, and then set toggle form, and then we will use state. Okay, and by default it will be false, means it will be hidden. Okay, and when we will hit this h3 tag, okay, means this button, add block button. Okay, then we are going to toggle this form. So here we will use on click, and then handle form toggle. So we will have to create method here. Okay, so just, and just copy this set toggle form here, and then here we need to use toggle form. When it will be false, then it will be true, and then, and if it is true, then it will be false. Okay, so, and just copy this toggle form, and then here just write curly braces, and then we will use this, and here we will use null. Okay, and just cut this form here and just paste here. Okay, and then just format our code, and now I'm going to check this. Okay, it is working. So you can see no form is visible here. Now I'm going to click this, so you can see one form is visible here. Now I'm going to again click this, so it is hidden now. Okay, so our form is working fine, no issues. Now I'm going to create the hooks up to text field also. Okay, so here, So first will be the blog title and blog description, second will be the blog description. Okay, so here we will use blog underscore title set blog title. Okay, and here we will use state, and this will be the blank. Okay, and similarly for the description we will use so description, and then here we will use description. Okay, and this will be also blank. Okay, and now okay, and then in here inside title we will have to use value, and inside value we will have to pass this block title. Okay, and in the description we will have to pass block description. Okay, this, and here we will use on change, and then we will use this fat arrow. Okay, and here we will use set title block title, this set block title. Okay, because we are saving the data here. Okay, so block title, and here we will use e dot target value, so it will point this text field. Okay, so similarly we will use for the description, so just paste here and set blog description. Okay, and in the submit button I'm going to use on click, and then here we will use handle form submit. Okay, we will create this method also, so just copy this method, and I'm going to create this const, and this will be the type of async, because we will add API here. Okay, we will use API to post the data. Okay, and here so here I'm going to create one variable, and we will use fetch. Okay, to work with the API. So to post the data we have the API, add post, where is the add blog. Okay, so this is the API we have to use to post the data. Okay, so just pass this inside double inverted comma, and then we will use curly braces here, and then method will be the post, and we are passing data. Okay, so we are passing the data, so we are passing data inside add block. Okay, so we'll have to use body here. Okay, and then we will use string json.stringify. Okay, json.stringify, and then here inside this we will have to define all the variables like block title and block description. So just write block title, and then we will use block title, and then block description. Okay, so just copy this block description from here, and then we'll have to pass this. Okay, so this is our body, and then we will use header. Okay, so to use this header we are going to use this content type. Okay, so just copy this content type, and here we need to define this application JSON. Okay, so here we will use application JSON, and after this and after this we will have to use the result, and this will be the type of await because we are using async. And here we need to also use await, and then here we will use result.json. Okay, and if a result, then we will console this result. Okay, else we can print anything, any message like something went wrong, please try again. Okay, and now I'm going to save this, and now I'm going to check this whether it is working or not. Okay, so here I'm going to refresh this and just inspect and go to console, and now just press on add block, and here you can see we have many data, and now I'm going to add one more data from here. Okay, so you can see Akhil is not there. Okay, now I'm going to press on submit button. I think button is not clicking, so I'm going to comment this code and just console this. Okay, button is not working. Okay, so just check why it is not working. Now it will work. Okay, so here I'm going to remove this, and now I'm going to uncomment this code and just press save, and then here again I'm going to submit. Okay, so you can see we are getting success true and block added successfully, and now here we have successfully added one more data. Okay, now I'm going to add another data like okay, uh, now I'm going to submit again, so you can see we have success true, message block added successfully, and okay, and now I'm going to refresh this, so you can see another data is also added, so it is working fine, no issues. Now I'm going to display all the data which it is added. Okay, which is added into the database. Now I'm going to show you how we can achieve this, so I'm going to collapse this. Okay, and now here after this form we will display all the data which is available in the database. Okay, here, so here, and now I am going to show all the data. So firstly I am going to use effect here. Okay, when the page will load, then we will load all the data which is available in the database. So to get all the blocks, we have created one API, you know that. So this is the API we have created, so we will have to use this API to get all the blocks. Okay, so now I'm going to create one more method to get all the data. So we have created one more method to get all blocks. Okay, so and just copy this method and pass here. Okay, pass empty array here to execute this operation. single time. Okay, so here I'm going to copy this previous method API call. Okay, just copy this and paste inside get all blocks. Okay, and just go to Postman and just copy the URL of the API. Okay, and this will be the type of get. Okay, because we are using get method here to get all the blocks, and we are not posting any data, so we are not sending any data, so we are not using body and header. In the header we are getting content type. Okay, so we are passing this content type also, and here now I'm going to check it is working or not. Okay, so just close this. I'm going to refresh this so you can see here. Okay, all blocks, we have received all blocks. Okay, which is available in the database, you can see here. Okay, Ram Kumar, Akhil Kumar and all. Okay, so we are getting these all data. So we will display all the data here. Okay, so now I'm going to create one more hook. Okay, inside this we will add all the blocks, and with the help of this block we will display all the blocks. Okay, so just copy this set block and go here inside get all blocks, and here we will use set all blocks, and then we will use result. So in the result we have the data, and inside the data we are getting all the data. Okay, so just write result.data. Okay, so inside this set block we have saved all the blocks, and with the help of this block we will show all the blocks. So just copy that block, this block. Okay, and after this HR tag, actually I have used this HR to separate the forms. Okay, after this I'm going to show all the blocks. Okay, so here we will take one curly braces. Okay, and we will use block dot map, and then here we will use item and then index. Okay, and then we will have to return the widget. So you can see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 data is available into the database. Now I'm going to show the actual data. So just copy this item. Inside curly braces we will have to use item and then block item block title. Okay, just save this, and then you will get the original data which is available into the database. So you can see all the data is showing here. Okay, I'm going to show you in the form of table. Okay, so now I'm going to create table here. Okay, so here we have id, title and description, and one more we can create here, action. Okay, so here we will use, in the instead of th we will use tr. Okay, format the code. Okay, and now save this. So you can see here we have the id and title and description. Okay, id, title and description. Okay, so we are showing blog id, title and description. Okay, so you can see this is the id, and this is the title, and this is the description, and this is the action, but it is not working perfectly, I think. Now it's fine. Okay, so here, and now I'm going to work on delete section. Okay, when we will hit this particular block, then it will be deleted. Okay, but before this, just copy this get all blocks, and inside handle form submit, when the data is added inside result, just call this. Okay, so it will update the data when we will add any data. Okay, into the table. Okay, so now I'm going to create one more data here, like anything, and just click on submit. So now it is 13. Now you can see now it is 14. Okay, now I'm going to submit. So you can see one more data added here also. So just work on this delete action. Okay, so here just copy this get all block and paste. Okay, and here we will use delete block, and here we will use delete blocks. Okay, and to delete the block we have created one API that, so with this way we can delete the block. Okay, so just pass here. Okay, but before this I'm going to comment this all and just check the either the data is coming or not. Okay, so here we will pass e. When we will click this cross button, then we are going to delete. Okay, so just copy this delete block, and here we can use on click. Okay, and then here we need to pass this delete block, and then pass e here, when I'm going to hit when we will hit that cross button, then I'm going to print this data. Okay, so here in the console we can see we are not getting the data. Okay, so here, and here we will pass this id. Okay, and just save this. Now you can see we are getting the id of the particular block. Okay, so with this id we will delete any particular record. Okay, now I'm going to delete this console and then just uncomment this, and here we will pass this id which is uh, coming from the cross button. Okay, so here we will use this backspace. Okay, and instead of this id we will use this e. Okay, and this is the type of get. Okay, and in the header we are passing content type and application.js. Okay, and here we will use, just copy this get block method name and then paste here. Okay, when the record will delete, then we will refresh all the blocks. Okay, and we can also alert. So okay, now I'm going to check it is working or not. Okay, so just refresh this, and now I'm going to delete any block. So I'm going to delete this 8 id block. Okay, so just click on this, so you can see block deleted successfully message is there, and now I'm going to click on OK. Then you can see 8 id is deleted from here. Now I'm going to delete this 13 id. You can delete anyone. Okay, you can see it's working. Okay, so that's all from my side. uh, okay, so if you like the video, then like, share and subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you.